Hello, friends. So I am back, but today we're doing something a little bit different. Normally we pull out a cookbook and find a recipe and make something new. Today I'm bringing in a friend.
I'm the
My
friend.
Cortney.
Hello.
We are going to be baking today.
We are.
And today we are baking a recipe of Courtney's that she has found and made her own.
Kind of, yeah. I found a base on Pinterest and have kind of used that to create new recipes.
So what are we making today?
We are making a pumpkin dark chocolate chip cookie.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Oh yeah, some spices. Gonna be very fall-esque.
Very fall. That's going to be the theme for today.
Yes.
So come along with us. Let's start measuring out some what do you need?
Okay.
What are we starting with?
Do you have a KitchenAid?
Yeah.
Wonderful. We can get the KitchenAid for the wet ingredients, and then we can just do a big bowl for the dry ingredients, and we'll mix them separate and then add together. That's kind of it.
Okay. Okay, so while you're doing that, where did this recipe come from?
This recipe came from Pinterest. So actually, it's a Chick-fil-A copycat cookie recipe. Whoopsie. Oh, that's probably much easier. So originally, it's a Chick-fil-A copycat recipe that has like oats, and it has like semi-sweet chocolate, but also milk chocolate chips.
So it's like an oatmeal chocolate chip cookie, like a pumpkin oatmeal chocolate
Yeah,
chip
well,
cookie.
this one I'm not putting any oats in. So I haven't put any oats.
Okay.
Last time I made it, it was just a little pumpkin inside the mix. I took out the oats and then mixed up the chocolate chips and then put some spices and everything. Yeah.
Cool.
So original base came from Pinterest Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
And then this one came from my heart. Half a cup of butter, so a stick of butter. Oh my gosh. In the mixer.
You just toss in the sink.
Oh, perfect. And then we'll need our half cup of shortening. Okay, do you have a spoon?
In this one?
Because shortening is kind of not fun to work with, but also fun to work with.
Yeah.
So we'll do half a cup of shortening.
Okay.
A spoon to get it into the measuring cup. Cool.
Half
Cup of shortening. Make sure you get it all nice and out. Sorry, I don't want to be louder for the camera, but
Yeah, it's fine. The power of editing.
So we just put music over this. We're gonna put 1.5 cups of brown sugar and then a half cup of regular sugar.
Okay. Here's the brown.
Thank you.
Here's the whites.
We mix
Me and you.
Wow, it's me and you.
The brown and the white.
The brown and the white. Just a bunch of sweetness going into the bowl. That's adorable. Okay, so 1.5 cups of brown sugar. It calls for dark brown, but right now I have light brown. Thought it'd be interesting to see if that makes a difference. But
Yeah. Have you used dark brown before?
yes.
Have you always? Okay.
I've always used dark brown with this recipe, and I haven't used light brown, so we'll see if
Yeah.
And then a half cup of the me sugar.
the regular sugar.
The Courtney sugar. So we're gonna add eggs and vanilla soon, but we're gonna beat this first.
Beat it up.
Oh no. Okay. Don't start too high. We'll let it get nice and it's called creaming the sugar, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Ooh. Ah. Yeah. Ooh. But now it's getting real fluffy. So I'm just checking the texture. Oh, that's really, really good. But I'm just making sure all the sides are scraped down to get everything incorporated nicely. Perfect. Then I'll just put it back on to make sure everything is fully incorporated. We are going to add 2 eggs and a tablespoon of vanilla.
So here's a question
tablespoon.
nobody's asking except for me.
Yes, I love it.
Do you crack your eggs directly in? Do you crack them into a bowl separately? What kind of baker are you?
I crack them directly in. I'm a little on the edge kind of baker.
Okay.
I know. So yeah, I live life on the edge a little bit, and I crack them straight into the mixture. And now we have a tablespoon of vanilla. Get those all nice and incorporated. So up until this point is the recipe that is on Pinterest for the Chick-fil-A copycat cookies. But Courtney's take, we're adding some pumpkin into the wet ingredients, and we're gonna add some spices into the dry ingredients when we get to that step. And we're gonna make this fall.
We have time today. If we just crush it at filming and baking,
absolutely,
which we probably will.
Let's be honest.
We gotta play a video game.
Oh gosh, I'm doing great. Everything's fine.
You are doing great.
Woo,
we have time.
Okay. All right, let me cook this burger up. Coming on. You want a medium rare? Coming up. Here's a medium rare burger. We got a little moo in there. Hey-o.
Perfect. And then I just need 2 more.
2 more. Coming right up. 2 more burgers.
People.
People are a mess.
2 dirty dishes though.
Oh my gosh.
So here, go ahead and put that there.
Boom.
Perfect.
Boom.
I'm gonna give you that dirty one.
Boom. Oh. Boom. Nope. Back to the cookies.
We're adding pumpkin.
So yeah, I added 3 tablespoons last time, and it seemed to be good.
Great.
So I'm just gonna kind of like heap it. I'm not even like,
oh, okay.
Come on,
yeah.
like maybe like that. Just kind of 3-ish of those. All right, we're gonna lock this baby in. And this one's just a little mix, so nothing crazy, not on high speed. But it just adds, maybe go to 2 so it gets off the sides a little bit. But we're just mixing the pumpkin in to make it a little more orange.
Love it.
Okay, so that wet mixture is done.
Awesome.
We're gonna go ahead and work on the dry mixture in another bowl. We're gonna mix it all together, and then we will add it into the wet mixture to make dough.
Cool.
So yeah, so I'll do 2. I like to sift. You don't have to sift.
Yeah.
But I like it nice and floofy.
Floofy.
So 2 3/4. And because there is a little extra, like with the pumpkin, a little bit more wetness, if it's a little bit over like that, that's okay. That'll take up the extra pumpkin. Okay, so we're going to do a teaspoon somewhere in here. Cool. A teaspoon of baking soda. Nope. Yes. Nope. Yes. Science. So, a teaspoon and some sprinkle of baking soda.
How come you don't just stick it inside?
You know, I just never actually have.
Huh. It's also a very tiny
I'm
box.
just learning that I probably could. I went by the instructions of open here and not by the instructions of do what you want. Probably could just do what I want. Now we're going to sit here and watch me shake it until it's a teaspoon. Do, 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 do. And then for the baking powder, it is a 1/2 teaspoon. And this one you could just, which probably you could do in the baking soda.
That's what you...
It also does a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So this is where the recipe turns into fall for the dry ingredients.
Love
I
it.
add some cinnamon, some nutmeg, and white girl's best thing, pumpkin spice. Pumpkin pie spice. So I think last time I kind of just did maybe like a 1/2 teaspoon of each.
Nice.
And then that was pumpkin pie. This is cinnamon. It adds some fun little color too. Look, it's us again.
Red and white.
Red and white. Nope, wrong one. And then a little bit of nutmeg. And I think I just did like a 1/4. Yeah, just was a little bit less. Nutmeg could be a little stronger. So
nice.
And that's it. And then you sift that all together. We'll probably mix up that. Hey, look, a spoon. I'm going to mix it up just a little bit so it gets nice and incorporated within itself. And we are ready to add this to this. All right, so we slowly get this going, and we just add in the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients. You can do, I have a third of a cup here, right here, but you can do whatever your heart desires. Don't turn it on too high because it'll be really messy. But for this, it's getting incorporated. We're going, I said incorporated a lot. You know, I was going to use it. It's mixing. Slowly but surely, getting in the dry to the wet. It's going to be a good time. I'm gonna, ooh, look at this dough. So yeah, the original recipe definitely a little bit thicker, but this one's nice and thick, but still nice and creamy. Nice. And good. I'm gonna just...
We still have to add chocolate chips.
Yo, yes. Oh, yes. So now, the best part. We gotta add some chocolate chips.
Yes, we do.
And you know what? If whatever kind of flavor of chocolate chips you like the dark chocolate, semi-sweet, milk chocolate, you add what your heart desires. For this recipe, we're adding some dark chocolate chips. It's a good balance of the bitter and the sweet with the pumpkin. And I'm also gonna throw in some mini semi-sweets because it adds just a little extra flavor, you know? So I had you buy some just in case this wasn't enough. And we're gonna add in, not sponsored by Nestle. Unless Nestle.
But maybe one day.
Maybe one day, Nestle. Call Jessica.
We're building a channel here.
We're gonna add in.
Yeah. Notice how we don't use a measuring cup for chocolate
Not for
chips.
these. And to be honest, we're probably gonna add a little more. Because this cookie is a thicker cookie. And that's okay. This cookie's having a fine life just by itself. Oh, ooh, almost forgot.
Are those
Also,
mini dark?
They're mini semi-sweet.
Ooh, okay.
So the dark chocolate has a nice, like, thick dark chocolate when you bite into the cookie. These ones are kind of throughout, where they'll mix in really nicely, but still have a little bit of sweetness, but nothing crazy. Look at the chocolate chip to dough ratio.
So dark.
That is where you need to be, people.
Okay.
And we're just gonna watch this go nice and it's gonna take a second. The KitchenAid's gonna go, whoa. But look at, oh my goodness. Look at that.
Yum.
And at this moment, if you wanna add more, you add more. If you're good, you're good. It's getting stuck on chocolate chips going, what the heck? Oh, yep. Maybe a couple of chocolate chips got a little stuck, but
It's fine.
and we're gonna mix this just to make sure all of the chocolate chips. And that, my friends, is a good looking dough, if I do say so myself. Look at those chocolate chips. Now it is time to assemble some cookie dough balls for the oven. We have our dough. It smells delicious. It's not even cooked and it smells delicious. Yeah. It's all that extra cinnamon and pumpkin. So we are going to use our handy dandy ice cream scooper or cookie scooper, whatever. I use it for more.
It's a cookie scooper.
I use it more for cookie than ice cream.
Yeah.
So mine I think is 1.5 tablespoons. These cookies I tend to use maybe like 3 tablespoons in the thing because it makes real thick, delicious cookies.
Okay.
So I'll probably just put one and then maybe put another one. It's gonna look really funny, but it's gonna go right on top. That way,
It's like a little snowman.
it'll melt and not melt. It'll
That's a beefy
bake.
cookie.
It'll bake where it'll go out to about here, but then it'll be like really thick.
Okay.
And it'll be delicious. And then if you need to shape them a little bit just to make sure they stick together, you can press them down a little bit.
Nice.
That way it doesn't fall to the side, but it stays on top. Preheat to 350. These, when I made them last, they're a little bit bigger. They anywhere from like 15 to 20 minutes, as long as they're done, a little bit brown on the bottom and just still nice and gooey and soft. So I think I'll probably go in for about 17 minutes, check them, put them in for 3 more minutes if they need 3 more minutes. And these ones are gonna go right in here. And we'll see you in 20 minutes.
Camera.
Perfect.
So the funny part about this is that I love, especially in baking, I love the both behind the scenes and in front of the scenes. Like, I love to bake, but I'm also finding so much joy in like being behind the camera and trying things out. And so one, if this video is just kind of wild, I'm so sorry. But also, like, I love food photography, and so I'm like halfway through was remembering that like I love to take photos of this process too. So I'm also have my like camera
Love
to
it.
just snap photos. So if every once in a while you hear
Click, click.
that sound, you know why. So this has been fun. I like doing this with another person.
Yeah, this is fun. Love being
I'm
a
also
celebrity.
drinking some tea in my little, one of my favorite little Halloween mugs. They're little witches and
Cute.
candy
Oh,
corns.
I have where's my cup?
Oh, okay. So Courtney is a Stanley girl.
I'm a Stanley girl.
Through and through.
And the little topper is a little jack-o'-lantern. I love it.
I love it too. So this has been a fun day so far.
Woo. Okay. So we're gonna check these babies and see how the
Holy big cookies.
look at
Dang.
those. So they're nice and golden brown on the top, you can see there, and then the browning on the bottom.
Yeah.
These are perfectly done.
That was how many minutes?
20 minutes.
Okay.
So that's good. 20 minutes tends to be a good time for these guys, but see how it
Okay.
like melted into it? But look at those.
Those look amazing.
They're so floofy. Cool. We're gonna put these bad boys. Walk this way. Talk this way. On a nice little cooling rack.
The light is. Hey,
Golden brown. Nice little golden on top, but still nice and soft.
nice.
There we go. I don't even...
Okay, so we are done. I filmed, I think, a little bit of them coming out of the oven, but we've since baked all of them up. And so
Oh my goodness. Here is
These
a
are-
plateful.
a plate of pumpkin dark chocolate. Courtney's pumpkin
Dark chocolate.
chip
Chip cookies.
cookies.
Let's see what the inside looks like.
Yes, please.
We're gonna just do a little...
Wait, hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Wait. All right, there we go.
Ooh, soft and gooey and chocolatey. And delicious.
And tasty.
Oh, yeah. All right. Try for that.
Oh, they're so soft. Oh, that pumpkin is so good.
Right? Not too much pumpkin, but nice subtle flavors with all of the spices.
It's the perfect amount of pumpkin because it's not.
3 heaping tablespoons.
Again, I thought they were going to have way more chocolate chips in them.
And the next
And
one
they're
was
not-
2.5 bags.
I am not a huge fan of like overly sweet desserts. And this is perfect because it's not super sugary. And it
Tastes like
has
fall.
and it has like a slightly crunchy texture on the outside, but is so soft on the inside.
These tries. You know, I don't write down
These
the
are
recipe for you,
delicious.
but just listen to the bambling that I did.
And
There you go.
I'll see if I can get the link for the original recipe that you worked off of, and maybe I'll link it below.
Absolutely.
All right, well,
bing.
that is the end of this video.
Woo.
This was so much fun.
It was.
Thanks so much, Courtney, for sharing your
You're
recipe
very welcome.
and for,
Thanks for having
baking them
me.
up for us.
Of course.
Yeah, we won't see you later, unfortunately,
I'm sorry.
but you'll hopefully see me later
Yes.
in another video. Woo! Thanks for hanging out. Bye. Bye.